Hi, everybody. I think we still have a couple more people that are coming in. We have a good number of people. How is everybody doing today? Everybody's good?
Good.
Thank you.
Good. I'm just going to see how many more people we have come in. I'll give it a few minutes. We actually have quite a few people already on. Hello. Let's see, Inverness thing. Okay, I don't think I'm missing too many people. I'll give it like one more minute and then I'll get started because I think I have a majority of everybody on the call. Share my screen. You don't see anybody else, do you, right now, Mona? Okay, everybody, welcome. Good afternoon. This will not be a super long presentation. This is also being recorded. So anybody that's not here, they'll get this as well. But this will be a pretty brief presentation. We just like to make sure everybody's on the same page. Everybody knows what's going to happen. And if you have additional questions afterwards, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Makisha. I am the event producer that is working on this project. I work here at ConnectUP, and we are working in partnership with the Initiative Foundation to do the Do Business with Purpose conference that's going to be happening on August 27th. So just a few things that I want to go over. It's going to be happening Thursday, August 27th. Our start time is at 8:30 in the morning. We will be at the Resource Training and Solution Center. It's in Sartell, so this is the address here. In today's orientation, we're just going to be reviewing the schedule and logistics, giving some tips out for maximizing engagement for attendees, and then answering any questions that you all might have. So I'll just go right into it. Here is our morning schedule. So as I stated, registration will start at 8:30 in the morning. We ask everybody to be there, especially if you're doing any kind of morning work. We ask that you be there in the morning at 8:30. We're going to start the program right at 9 o'clock. Elaine will be doing opening remarks around 9 o'clock. And then we'll have our very first panel that will start approximately around 9:15. And then you can see who the panel is here. Then we're going to take a little bit of a 5-minute break in between each of the panels. And then after the panels are done in the morning, Christine will be the last moderator, and she'll transition us into the exhibits. So I know there's been some questions about like, when do the exhibits start? How long will they be going? We'll get into some more of those logistics here, but the initial exhibits will happen after the last panel. So somewhere approximately between like 11:20, 11:15-ish. And those will start and go all the way to the end of the day. So you would want to come early to set up your stations and your areas. And so we have a designated time set up for everybody to just go out and visit the exhibitors that you can see here on the schedule. But people can visit the exhibitors once it's started all day long after that. In the afternoon, we will have lunch that will start about noon. And then it's kind of, we have it set up kind of freely between noon and 1. Lunch will be served, but we'll have the keynote speaker around 12:30. And we have Matt from the Deed Commission that will be our keynote speaker. And then after 1 o'clock, we'll have a little bit of a break again, and then we'll start our breakouts. So breakouts will happen between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock hour. And then in the middle there, we'll have a little bit of snack time that we'll set up some snacks. And then we'll also, in that snack time area, we'll also have some table talks. And I'll talk a little bit about what table talks are. And then after we've done our 2 breakouts, after the 2 o'clock hour breakout, we'll then do closing remarks. So everybody will go back to the main room that we've been in most of the day, and we will do closing remarks, and then we'll dismiss. My understanding is at 3:30, there is a reception that will be set up, and that'll be off-site. For people that want to go to the brewery and celebrate, people will be directed to go to the brewery afterwards. Any questions about just the schedule of the day before I go into the further logistics? Okay. So day of check-in, again, it is at the Resource Training and Solutions in Sartell. There'll be directions as to where we'll be, but it'll be very obvious because it's not like a super huge facility. We'll be right at the door when you come in. So you'll come in, we'll have name badges for everybody. So you'll have your own designated name badge and tags on those name badges so people know who you are. Again, we're asking people to come in at 8:30 for their particular shifts if they're coming in early in the morning or if you have an afternoon shift. But we're hoping that everybody will participate all day. So 8:30 is the check-in time. Exhibitors, again, your exhibits will be open at 11:30, but if you can come earlier around that 8:30 time to set up your tables, that'll be great because then that'll be an opportunity for your setup. And if people have, want to ask you things, they can start to kind of get curious about what's going on, and we'll have everything set up throughout the day. Again, that dedicated time is between 11:30 and 12, but you'll be set up all day long. Takedown will be between 2:20 and 3 o'clock. We do have to be out of the building no later than 4 o'clock. So again, you can set up your things for all day, but we do need to have everything taken down by 4 o'clock. We are encouraging, again, everybody to participate in the summit all day long because entrepreneurs would love to engage and learn about your businesses and what resources you have and for them to be able to participate in those resources. I'm going to take a little bit of a pause here. Mona is on the call here with me. She'll look and see if there's any hands raised or any resources. But question here, does anybody have any electrical needs outside of just a regular plug or anything they're going to have at their table that would be special that we need to account for as exhibitors? And feel free to come off of mute if you want to say something or put it in the chat.
Just a question on the tables per se.
Yeah.
Will
Yes.
there be 8 or 10-foot tables? Some of us have tablecloths that are branded.
My understanding, the tables will be 6-foot tables, actually.
6-foot tables.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have really big tablecloths, you might have to bend them in a little bit.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. Any additional questions about the tables for exhibitors or electrical needs? Any special equipment that you might have at your tables? Pop-ups are definitely encouraged. Definitely bring swag to encourage people to come to your tables. Games, people love games. If you have games for them to play and learn about your business, any of those things we strongly encourage. Okay, I don't hear any questions or anything, but you can always ask throughout the presentation. There is parking. It is free. you can park in the lot. There'll be a lot of space. I will show you actually what the building looks like towards the end of the presentation. But if you have questions, feel free to ask. That was kind of a little bit for exhibitors. Also, when you're at the tables, we have this thing called Table Talks. It's really an informal peer-to-peer conversation. It's focused on the specific area that's related to your business, whether it's finance, back office, marketing, whatever that might be. And we actually encourage you to have open dialogue, ideas, just to encourage people when they come up. They might not know what to say to you when they come up to your tables. And we love to encourage you to get them talking and learn more about their business and vice versa. So we encourage you to have like kind of a meetup, not just like, hey, take something from my table, but more of like dialogue with them. If you have handouts, please bring handouts to reinforce that message and branding before they leave. They get some kind of takeaway. And we're anticipating anywhere from 50 to 75 participants at this event. You also have the opportunity in SCED to upload handouts and information or any reference material. So if you have not already signed yourself into SCED as an exhibitor, you are able to put information in that people can just go there too. So if you want to save the trees, you can certainly do that as well. And you can put your information there, and you can encourage people to actually upload, download any of your information that you put in as an exhibitor as well. Volunteers and monitors. So this is kind of a little bit of the roles for the volunteers on that day. Myself, I'm the events team here, and Jen that works here at ConnectUP. We will be manning the registration table just because we've done it a lot and we're familiar with SCED. So we'll be your friendly faces that you'll see that morning to register everybody in and be information and help people go around. We will have arrows and signs so people can know where bathrooms are and like where different rooms are. And we will have labels on the room so people know what rooms are what. We will have greeters throughout the day. So Carrie, I did see you on the call. We will assign you for the morning greeter role, and you'll see on this next slide what that actually means. And Mona is also on the call. She's a ConnectUP person. She will be our afternoon greeter. And again, I will go through specifics of roles just here in a moment. We will have room monitors in each of the rooms. Again, I will go through what that actually means here in just a moment. But we have Danielle from 8 to 12 in the main room. And then in the afternoon, we have Kaya and Tim in the afternoon in breakout room 1 for Tim and breakout room 2 for Kaya. And then we have floats. So we have Mary Kay on the initiative side as a float, and we have Natalie on the ConnectUP side as a floater for volunteer roles.
Makisha, can I just
Yes.
ask a question?
Absolutely.
So, for instance, I'm from 8 to 12. Do I have anything for the rest of the day then? And then vice versa?
No.
Okay.
No, so we like to do 4 hours and let you free to do all the things you want to do.
Okay. And vice versa, if somebody's only doing the afternoon, they don't have to be there in the morning. Okay.
Yes, because we know sometimes you guys also have work that you might do. You might not be able to stay all day long, or you just want to participate in the conference itself. So we do want to give everybody the opportunity to be able to participate. So we don't want to tie everybody up all day long in the making of this. So we want to give everybody an opportunity and just sign some roles to people. And then at the end, we have the post-event cleanup crew. If you are free and available, we do have kind of a tight timeline to get out of the space. We do have to be out by 4:30. So if you're free and available and have free hands to help us, that's great. But if not, I think we do have enough hands that we can do things. I know there might be some setup over at the other event too for the reception. So wherever you're pulled in, whatever direction you're pulled in to help, we're okay with that as well. So
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. So here are roles, what the what to do part of your roles. So if you are on the AM greeting team, it's really just to assist with any setup that you see. We are coming up actually from the cities on Wednesday to actually do a lot of the setup. So there hopefully won't be a lot of setup, but if you do come, in that kind of 8 o'clock hour and see maybe there's something on registration, or if there's something with the breakfast table that needs to be set up or something along those lines, it's just assisting where you can see where we might need some help before everybody comes in. So everything looks pretty and it looks nice. You're also there to help the guests. So if people are like, where's the coffee or where's the bathroom? Coffee is a big deal. Like people need their coffee. So making sure coffee is like ready to go is a big deal. Helping with crowd control or any other duties as assigned. Just being a pleasant face for people as they're coming in is really the big deal for the AM greeter. Afternoon greeter is pretty much the same thing, like making sure people know where they're going. If there's lunch needs, snacks become very important around that 1 and 2 o'clock hours. So making sure the snacks are replenished, that we have things. People might ask you if things are gluten-free or dairy-free to be able to know what those things are. That's really kind of the role of the greeter, just to be very helpful. On the information and registration, that will be me and Jen. Again, it's encouraging to make sure everybody has a ticket. If there are same-day purchases, we would help with that, those things, and making sure the registration's there. People need name tags, so we'll make sure that people's name tags are there, and anything else along those lines. Floaters, so Mary Kay and Natalie, it's really going to be to attend to speakers and attendees to make sure, any of those questions are being answered, ensuring speakers know where they're supposed to be, that they're on time, that catering questions are being answered, etc. Like that's kind of what the floats are doing, making sure if we need copies of surveys or things in rooms are where they're supposed to be, that they are where they're supposed to be. That's kind of the floats job. The AM monitor job is to really go in and make sure things are set up. We actually have monitor boxes, so they will be in each of the rooms. So we have 3 rooms. We have the auditorium room. We have the breakout 1 and 2 rooms. And so there'll actually be a box. There will be numbers. So I think it says 2, 5, and 10 minutes. And so we ask that monitors sit at the front of the room. I know that's not always the most comfortable place to sit, but it is important so that moderators can see you. We ask that you introduce yourself to the moderators in each of the panels specifically, and then for the speakers that will be doing the breakout sessions, depending on if you're in the morning or the afternoon. In the morning, it's going to be Tyler, it's going to be Brianna, and it's going to be Christine, and in that order for the moderators. So just making sure, Danielle, that they can see you and you're holding up those signs so that they can be on time, so that we're not off time in the morning. That's the biggest thing. And then I'm making sure at the end of each session, people either get a paper copy to fill out the surveys, or they do the electronic copy that's in SCED. And there is an email and a notification that comes through on SCED to say, hey, the session just ended, please complete your survey. So just as a reminder to say, hey, make sure you do a thing for that particular job. So you're really the timekeeper to make sure everything is staying on time. And the same thing in the afternoon, same thing. And at the end of those sessions, like at the complete end of the panels, to just make sure the room is back in order, like tear down, put everything back in the boxes, and then we'll collect it at the end of the day. And the same thing for the afternoon monitors as well. Just making sure that between each session, you're making sure that we have those surveys and that you're putting them back in the boxes, and we'll collect those at the end of the day.
Are those directions anywhere in writing?
Yes, they are
Okay.
they're all in writing. They're in the boxes. Everything will be right in there. And on the day of, we will make sure that somebody again says all these lovely things to you all again, but they will be in the boxes as well. So the boxes are typically in the front of the room, depending on the configuration. We don't know exactly the configuration right now because we're down here, but they'll be in the front of, however the front of the room is set up, they'll be in the front. You'll know it's a clear box. It's like a clear tote box, and it will have literally everything. It'll have pens. It'll have the copies of the surveys. It'll have the directions exactly as I just said them. Everything will be in the boxes. We'll even put a little Post-it note that says your name on the box, so you'll know this is your box that you will have. So that you know this is for you for that day. Good question. Any additional questions around how the monitoring will be going for that day? Okay, good. And then the cleanup crew and setup crew are can-do crews. The day before, it'll be the ConnectUP crew coming and setting everything up. So there's no need on that end, but the tear down crew, anybody who's willing to stay and help and tear down, that we can take down pop-ups and tablecloths and such, that would be helpful. But again, if you are being asked to go to the other space, feel free to do that as well. We will be okay. I think we have a lot of hands on deck. All right. So this again is just another explanation of what I just said. The panel sessions are 30 to 35 minutes in the morning, but 5-minute breaks in between. The monitor is, we ask you to be there at least 5 minutes before each session starts, just so they can see, hey, I'm here. This is where I'm going to be. Look for me. You can introduce yourself. The packets, again, will be there. They're going to be in very visible space for you. Ensure that you're tracking the time and showing them like, hey, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, so that they know. I have the list here of the names of everybody and where you're supposed to be and what room you're going to be in doing your jobs. If this does not sound like this is something that you want to do, also contact me and let me know so I can make some arrangements to, do a little shuffle. I'm happy to do that as well. For those roles, what you need to do or what you want to do for that day. Again, check in early, arrive early, just so that you feel comfortable. If you have questions, you want to know where things are, it just makes it a little bit easier. When your shift ends, we do ask that you return your tags. We have to buy lots of tags every time we do one of these summits. So if you can return your tags and not throw them away, it helps the earth. It helps us. It's great. Turning your tags at the end. We'll actually have a little box bin at the table that you can just turn those in. And then we ask that you enjoy the summit, like have a good time as well. So it's not just work, but also to enjoy. There'll be lots of information that is going to be shared. There's going to be lots of opportunity to network with people and that we're building community. So actually be able to do that as well. Bring your energy, bring business cards, bring something to take notes, business casual and comfortable shoes. You'll be on your feet. So be cute, but also bring your comfortable shoes. The event again is on the 27th of August. Here is where it's located. I like to tell people this because I've gone myself. If you're not on the winding road, you're not on the right road. So just make sure you're on the winding road. You might be like, oh my gosh, where am I going? When you get to the end of the winding road, you're going to see this beautiful building at the end. You have made it. You have arrived. If you don't, and it's a straight road, you're not on the right road. You haven't made it to the right
And
place.
you can see it from the highway. You cannot access it from the highway. It's
Correct.
kind of a trick of the way it's set
Yes.
up.
Yes, it is. So this is what you should be looking for. It's a beautiful building. It's very lovely. You're going to love the setup that is in there. It's really, really nice. And here's my information. So please take down my telephone number. You will be able to reach me directly. You can text me, call me if you have any questions day of or now. That is my direct information to get to me. That is also my email. All of these hyperlinks in here work. They will get you to the event or to me or any of the things. I will send you all of this information as well as the recording of this immediately following this. So you will have this as well. If you're like, yeah, this is 2 weeks ahead, I don't remember anything, I'm not really listening, that's okay. I will send it to you and you can listen to it again the day before the event. So before we disband, is there any questions or anything you would like me to go over before we dismiss?
No question from me, Makisha. I just want to say thank you so much. I know you can do this in your sleep at this point for all these, but just on behalf of the Initiative Foundation and the work we're doing, just thank you all for being here and really appreciate it and really excited for the 27th. So thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Taylor. Tyler. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. Well, if that's all, that's it. I will see you guys on the 27th. We're both super excited. We've been working on this for a few months, so we're excited to see you all and have you as volunteers and exhibitors and monitors on the 27th. So see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.